What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I feel like Stone Cold Steve Austin with the mic, with a WWF promo. But today we're going to be hopping into a Dynasty startup mock draft on Sleeper, Superflex, tight end premium, probably like 12 rounds. Just something light. I figured I'd give you guys a little treat. I'd say I'll hop on here, hang out with you guys for a little bit, talk ball, pretty much do like a Q&A type session while we do this draft. How are we doing, everybody? I know I set this for 8:30. I'm on here at 8:15. So for all of you guys out there that roast me, that it's like, oh, you set it for like 6:15 and 6:30 and you got here 15 minutes late. Well, how about this? I'm 15 minutes early. Can never let them know my next move. I'm out here. There's nobody even in the chat. All you guys thought I was going to be live at 8:30. I'm live at 8:15. Live in the flesh. But how are we doing? Anybody that is in the chat, anybody that's here early, let me know. Let me know if the audio is good, the sound's good, am I choppy, whatever. How is the stream quality? How are we doing on this Thursday afternoon? We got Chris Prezio in the chat. That's an OG right there. How are we doing? Debating pinging the Discord for this live stream because I started this earlier than I said I was going to, but probably not. What do we got? How do I get in this? I'm going to send, I probably should have explained this, but we're going to do a Dynasty Superflex Tight End Premium mock draft, startup, Dynasty startup, and I will put the sleeper link in the comments down below, or in the live chat, and I'll pin it, and then the first like 11 people to join will join. So I probably should get that started up soon. Back in the basement, of course, Anthony, how are we doing, brother? True OG of the channel. CK, is the mock full? The mock, I haven't even opened up a web page on my sleeper app at this point. This is what we're looking at. We're just looking at my homepage. That's what we're looking at right there. I got nothing. Brandon said, thanks for starting early so we can watch the Celtics and Heat game. Of course, of course. Brendan Turlington, yo, what's good, brother? Anthony, I'm early too, of course. Josh Morris, sounding good. Are you the Josh Morris? Are you Josh Morris of Underdog Fantasy Sports? All right, let me get on Sleeper. I should probably reward those of you guys that are coming out here, you know, hot off the press, in here right out the gate. You guys want to see a weird draft board real quick? I'm in Pete Overzet's Discord. We're doing a startup. It's me, Ben Gretsch, a bunch of the guys that are in there in terms of like the Discord, and then also Chess Liam, who won the $1 million underdog contest last year. This might be the weirdest startup I've ever been a part of real quick. So let me show you guys this, and then I'll start. Then I'll get a mock started. Look how crazy this room is. God, what the? Why is this not the camera I want it to be? Hold on. I'm an idiot. Why is this not the, is this the one I want? No, that's not it. Okay, I got an idea, I think. Let's get this out of here. Oh boy, that is not what I wanted to do there. Oh boy. All right, so just to do this on the fly here, my good camera is working right now. Just to do this on the fly, we'll do this. It's fine. Boom. I don't like, it's not going to be like the shape that can I get a, that's not what I want. This is not what I want. Oh, this is annoying, fellas. I'm gravely sorry about this. I think that wide makes sense. Give me sharp corners, man. Give me sharp corners. Is that sharp corners? All right, there we go. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Let's zoom in. But look at this crazy. Look at this startup right here. Now, yes, you can look at mine where I did do something that I usually don't do, where I traded up for Herbert and I got Lamar and Herbert to start the draft. But just look how crazy this board is. We're at the 305 and Najee Harris and Javonte Williams are still on the board. It's a best ball. It's with all of those Pete Overs at Discord guys, so everybody's even more degenerate than me. And they hate running backs. So, again, Najee hasn't gone. Javonte hasn't gone. McCaffrey hasn't gone. We're at the 305 at this point. We had a crazy run on quarterbacks go where Lance went, Dak, Russ. A.J. Brown at the 110. I've never seen ADP so disregarded. Now, I will say I gave up a king's ransom to get Herbert. But just based on how this league is like valuing quarterbacks, where Trevor Lawrence is going to 209, Matthew Stafford is going at the 206. Hurts is here at the 205. A lot of crazy things going on here. So I took a quarterback. I doubled up on Herbert. Nobody else is going to have 2 elite quarterbacks. I guess Thor Holla kind of has that going on here, but Lamar and Herbert is a pretty wild tandem up top. It's also interesting because it's a dynasty league. You see how it says number 5? Or no, you guys can't see it, but this is group number 5. There's 6 groups. The tournament or the playoffs is a tournament, so all 6 of the leagues bundled together for a big tournament up top. So like first place gets a massive prize pool from the 6 leagues. I believe it's like $50 buy-in. So you can do the math. Like 6 times 12 times 50 is like kind of what the money is up top. And there's no like rake or anything. Thomas, what's going on, brother? Dude, we got to it'll be game 3 on Saturday night. I'm trying to link up for that Celtics Heat game. Lamar and Herbert. Okay, so this is enough of me looking at this draft board. Let's hop into a mock here. What are we thinking? I know my head just kind of floating around. I'll fix it all up. So we'll do Dynasty Startup, Superflex Tight End Premium. We'll do a snake, 12 teams, as all things should be. And we'll do 12. We'll do a 12-man roster. 4 benches, a flex, a super flex. Let's actually go. Let's go 2 flexes there. Let's do a start. Is this a start 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with 2 bench spots. That works. All right. So let me hop in here real quick. I'll get you guys all joined up. All right, I'll claim team 5. Now this is the part where if all of you guys out there that ask me, Ron, how can I join this mock? How can I get in here? I'm copying the link right now. And I'm literally going to the chat, and I'm going to paste it in there. So if you want to join, it's on Sleeper. It's going to be in the chat. Join here. Or I'll do join mock here. He said Brees before Najee Wild. Honestly, it's not that crazy. I have them both in the same tier, separated by a couple spots. All right, so next thing I need to do is let me get into the YouTube chat and pin that comment real quick. How are we doing, everybody? I'm going to get into it in a second, but this is pretty much just going to be a Q&A where you guys can ask me all of your Dynasty questions, and we can just kind of hang out. Just sort of getting things set up first. Just want to get the screen looking good and everything. We'll pin this. Boom. That should be pinned up there. Next thing I need to do. Is this usually where I go? I think I usually go 90%. Then I put my face in the queue. I think that looks fine. I'll put my face here. I'll put the chat underneath it. You're calling me a noob? Why would anybody join this for free? It's a sleeper mock draft, man. What is this guy on about? It's not a money league. It's simply a mock draft, brother. It's simply just a mock draft. We're just out there goofing. Getting a little mock draft in. I don't really see the issue with that. My bad for not firing up the high-stakes sleeper draft for my guy, Urfu Regwa. All right, let me randomize a draft order. We'll get this thing going. I feel like the title of the video also says mock draft. All right. So we'll get this started up here. I love this, calling me a noob. All right. So we're going to get this started. I'm going to put myself in this little section here. I'm going to fire it up in a few seconds. Now, this is the part where we're just going to kind of talk through these picks. Hang out. If you guys have any questions, toss them my way. What is this guy on about? Is he still chirping me? Dude, why would you assume I'm a guy? Oh my god, 2022 these days. This guy has to be a troll. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to start in a second. Boom. All right, let me turn the sound off. What do we got here? Not the goofy ah. What do we got here? Been watching a ton of you in the Fantasy Stock Exchange videos on Dynasty. I feel as though I'm starting to get the hang of things. Love to see it. Let me sort of get this in a good view. I think that this kind of makes sense to put it here. Oh, hold on. Let me just hit this with a little extendo. That looks good. All right. So we're about to be up here. All the QBs are pretty much, all the QBs that I want are kind of gone. I think in a real draft, I'd probably take Deshaun Watson here if I'm keeping it a buck with you guys. I'm looking, I think Chase is interesting, and I think Pitts is interesting. But in this spot, I just take Deshaun. It's what I would do in a normal draft. I really do think that these days, like, there's really nothing that can substitute elite quarterback production. Just in terms of what I have done personally, in terms of like trade talks and everything like that, they are the most hard to come by assets in all of Dynasty is the elite quarterback. Especially, I mean, once Deshaun Watson touches the field, man, like, he's in that conversation in my eyes ahead of like a Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, in this like Herbert Mahomes, Josh Allen range of just like untouchable type assets. Did you miss it? Hate to see it. Yeah, that's my bad. You can call me a pussy. I decided to ban that guy. I just don't want to hear whoever Urfu Regwa is just talking crazy in my chat. Just not here for it. I don't want to hear it. He's talking about, he's like, oh, mock stupid, you don't have money line. Dog, I'm in like a ton of paid leagues. This is just a fun mock draft to hang out with you guys. What's the big deal, bro? What's going on here? You said, I like Walker over Breece Hall, but 102 guy doesn't want to trade up in my rookie draft. Do I just take Walker 101? No, you do not. Do not take Walker 101. Breece Hall is like a late to mid-second startup pick. Kenneth Walker is more like a 4th to 5th. So you're just killing yourself on that value. I mean, if you play in one league, like maybe. It's just not good business to, like, you're just devaluing your 101 that, like, right now your 101 is worth like a mid to late second in a startup. The 102 is worth like a 4th or 5th in a startup. You are willingly making your second round startup value asset into a 4th, 5th round startup value asset, which just doesn't make sense. It's just not good business. Again, it's your team. If you only play in one league and you really, really, really want exposure to your favorite, running back in this class, then I mean, go for it. I just can't recommend it. I'll be going Russ here. We'll just stack up 2 elite quarterbacks. There it is. Very easy. So Deshaun is hella underrated right now. I actually have too much Deshaun right now, if you can believe it. Deshaun is my most owned player, I believe, out of my 10 leagues or 10 Dynasty leagues. I believe I have him in 7 or 6, which is bad because if they decide to just hit him with like a Calvin Ridley type 1-year suspension, I'm fucked. If they give him a, even if he just if he tears his Achilles in practice, I mean, like, God forbid, he tears his Achilles in practice, boom, I'm fucked. Basically, what I'm trying to do is once he steps foot on the field, once he steps foot on the field and is worth like a top 5 startup pick, then I'll kind of go around and see if I can sort of do, small swaps or maybe like Deshaun Watson for Lamar in like a second or something, or just like a straight swap. I don't know. Those moves are hard to come by, but I will poke around and kind of see what I can do just to try and diversify with other like elite quarterbacks up top. You said, yeah, I have Watson in tier 1. Yeah, me too. I have him. For me, I think that you can have like Josh Allen, Mahomes, and Herbert is a tier above, but he should be squarely in there with Lamar and Kyler and Burrow if you want. What'd you say? You can take a Watson or Fields later. You can take a Wentz or Fields later with Watson. I guess you can. You said, dang, I missed it. There's another one soon. Take the Hall guy. Take Hall. The guy will budge at some point. Again, fellas, feel free to ask me your questions. I really don't have a ton to bullshit about today in terms of the draft board. I mean, I can just talk about player values, which is always, I guess, sort of fun. But I do just sort of enjoy chopping it up with the fellas. You said, I have the 105 and a Superflex tight end premium. Also, let me know if the chat's too small right now. It's pretty small, but I think it's also fine. You said, I have the 105 and a Superflex tight end premium startup soon. I was thinking of targeting Chase, but thoughts. In Superflex tight end premium at the 105, I am taking one of Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. Whoever falls to that 105 spot, I doubt it's Herbert. It's probably Lamar or Kyler. That's the way I'd go. If you want to go Chase, so be it. Here's the thing, man. I hate to like tell people, or I guess I am in the business of telling people what to do with their dynasty teams, but at the same time, it's your money. If you have one league, then control it how you would like to. But that's not what I would do personally. But it's not an outrageous pick to go Chase 105. You said somehow got Brees at 103. Thanks, league mates. Yeah, that's insane. You said please do not take walkover Holster. Yeah, please do not do that. I saw Hall go 104. It went Pickett, Cook, London, Hall. Cook went second. I got to get in your leagues, fellas. I got to get in your leagues. You said, would you do this trade? Watson/Tony. I'm assuming Deshaun Watson, not Christian Watson. So if it's Deshaun and Tony for McCaffrey, Hawkinson, 208 and a third. Very easily Deshaun side if it's super flex. So what kind of wide receiver could I target with Juju and Dameon Pierce? Let's take a little trip. Let's take a little trip down, not memory lane, but kind of see what we're looking at here. I mean, if you can, so Dameon Pierce and Juju, what range is Juju in? And like, I know it's sleeper ADP, but it kind of like let me get like a feel of what we're looking at here. Did I pass him? So this is Juju. Juju and Dameon Pierce, what, like Juju in a second? I guess the Juju in a second might get you into Amon-Ra St. Brown, Marquise Brown, Elijah Moore, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans area. I can't guarantee it will, but I think that it could get you in that range. Maybe even add like a future second or something, and that could get you there possibly. Would you say one quarterback? Give Josh Jacobs for a 2023 first. That is very easily a 2023 first for me. If you can do that, if you have that like offer just like floating around there, please accept that. I will take a random 2023 first and a one quarterback over Jacobs pretty much all day. So Cup goes. Now I kind of need to focus up and see what I'm picking here. You'll almost never see me take like Eckler or Mixon in like the early third. I don't think it's a great move. I think there's a very clear wide receiver tier right now. Man, DK Metcalf is still on the board? That sounds like a fun pick. So Hurts is gone. Russ is gone. Of course, I took Russ. I don't need any quarterbacks anymore. Waddle is gone. I guess I'll take Metcalf. I think this is actually very easily Metcalf. I probably was thinking about it a little bit too much, but yeah, I'll take Metcalf there. In the early third. I've seen him go late second recently. You said someone offered me Josh Allen for Akers, 106, 201, and a 2023 first. Man, that feels like a lot. I don't know. If you're in a spot where you are like trying to win now, you're an elite quarterback away, I don't hate it. Like if I had Josh Allen and somebody offered me that, I don't think I'd accept. You'd have to really blow my damn socks off to get Josh Allen off my hands at this point. Boots, what's going on, brother? He said first-time watcher. How do I stop myself from drafting Ayuk, land stacks on UD? His deflated ADP is impossible to pass up. Let me see how much ownership I got to them right now. But I'm getting Trey Lance and Ayuk in almost every draft as well. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm also getting a lot of Elijah Moore. I don't know if you're getting a lot of Elijah Moore too. But I love that area, man. I love the Ayuk area because you get that Ayuk spot in Underdog where you have Ayuk. You have like Claypool not too far behind. You have like Jameson Williams in that range. Kadarius Toney's kind of in that area. I'm like squinting as if I can see the draft board, but I do like that area for wide receivers. I'm trying to see through 16 Best Ball Mania 3 drafts so far. Yeah, my number one owned quarterback. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb so I don't get exposed as I'm trying to show you guys. Tournaments only. Is that going to give me 16? Oh my god. Of course it's doing the thing. I love you, Underdog, but sometimes when I'm trying to check my exposures, it does just decide it doesn't want to work. Yeah, it's only showing me my 5 teams, but Trey Lance is my most owned quarterback, and Ayuk is my second most owned wide receiver. That's only 5 of the 16 drafts, but they're up there. I agree. The San Francisco stacks are really fun right now. What do we got here? Potential trade targets for A.J. Brown, Kelce on a contending team. On a contending team, I'd be holding on to both of those guys. A.J. Brown's like a tight end 1, And you also have Travis Kelce, who I don't think, if you're a contending team and you have Travis Kelce, he needs to retire on your roster. He gives you too much of an advantage to cash out. What else we got here? Walker at 1-0 is it is, guys. I didn't mean to like flame you or anything, but of course. You said, thank you for the insight, Ron. Of course. I don't know what I answered. Dude. There's a bug down here, and he is going to feel my wrath. Y'all ever just kill bugs and leave them out so they tell their boys not to come through? Leave an example? That's the kind of culture I set down here in the basement. And if you want to come down here uninvited as a bug, you're going to have to meet those consequences, brother. So traded Olave and Kmet for a 2023 first and presumably the 301 next year. I would do that pretty easily. I think I would do that without the 301 as well. 301 is nice to have in there, though. You said Adams. I went Metcalf. I love Metcalf. Oh, boy. We got a big one here from Gabe. I got Gibson, Pollard, 2 2023 seconds, the 110 for Gabriel. Oh, Jesus, man. When you guys give me, when there's like more than like 2 on each side, my brain can't compute it. Gibson, Pollard, 2 seconds of 110 for Gabe Davis, 107, 112, 24 first, second. Oh, my brain hurts, man. I think I go Gabe Davis side. I think I do. I think I go Gabe Davis side, but it's tough. What draft pick should I add to Kelce to get Andrews? The guy wants a projected 2023 early first. I wouldn't. I would just in a tight end premium, just stay with Kelce unless if you're not a contender. I wouldn't want to spend the 2023 first there. Geez, Zach Monty getting DJ Moore there is pretty wild, fellas. I hope I'm not too far behind the chat right now. He said, what do you want in this situation? I have to drop to 8 in a superflex. I have 9 right now with Ridley. Who do I drop between Hunt, Tony, Allen Robinson, or Mike Williams, or drop Calvin Ridley? I would either beg your commissioner to expand lineups or make like a 2-for-1 trade. I really wouldn't want to drop any of those guys. What do we got? Put its head on a toothpick like my medieval times. Just start stacking up a fence. What do we got here? What price would you put on Kadarius Toney to buy him? Probably an early second. Can you explain why you're higher on DJ Moore and Deonte Johnson than most? Just because they're both studs. I don't really understand. Like, Deonte Johnson and DJ Moore for me are very firmly in this Metcalf, T. Higgins, Cooper Kupp area. They are both in like I think Deonte Johnson's in the same year as Metcalf, so going into year 4. DJ Moore is going into year 5, I believe. But DJ Moore is young. I mean, I guess I can pull up his stats here. But he's 25. We now have, I mean, when you look at his finishes, we have 18, 17, 22. He's like he's pretty much a locked-in wide receiver 2. And if he had good quarterback play, he'd be a wide receiver 1. His target share last year was no joke as well. I want to say he was like in the 27% range. We know, like in dynasty situations change so much, I'd rather just bet on good players. DJ Moore and Deonte Johnson both are very good players. And they're, not 25, or they're 25 years old or younger. Now, I could have like a much more thought out argument if I had like notes and outline or anything like that, but that's where we're at. Let me, we'll scoot this a little bit lower. I think that this works. But yeah, it just pretty much comes down to they both had really good target shares last year on an expected point per game basis last year. So what were they expected to put up just based on the volume that they commanded? They were both like, I think like top 12 guys, and that is being like super conservative there. You said traded 107 Bateman, Melvin Gordon for Breece and Knox. Pretty easily would take Breece there. To me, that's like 107. I would put Bateman as like a mid first as well. I don't care about Melvin Gordon. Yeah, I would do that. I would take Breece pretty easily there. I don't love Dawson Knox, but I think that it's a fine move. All right, what are we looking at? Let's sort of scroll down here. So all those wide receivers I like are gone. Oh, so you go Kittle. Okay, that's a great pick. I'm trying to look here. I think Kenneth Walker's kind of interesting here. The rookie wide receivers are gone. I think the move here is probably Kelce. Now that I'm looking at it, wide receivers are just absolutely depleted. I hate you guys sometimes. Making me regret not taking more wide receivers early, even though I went 2 quarterbacks and a wide receiver. I guess here I will take Kelce. I don't love it. I'm not in love with that pick, but I think it makes sense. I'd rather go. Kelce is just such in tight end premium. He's going to give you like 25 points per game. So Deonte, especially, totally agree. You said you aren't behind the chat at all. What did I can't remember what I said. He said I offered the 202 in a 10-team league for Tony and can't get a bite. Best he said he'd do was Tony in 205 for yeah. Tell him to fuck off, brother. Tell him that is ridiculous. I got Kadarius Toney off of one of the sharper people that I play with for I think like a 202. If he wanted to be like an asshole about it, yeah, if you offer the 202, man, that's it. I would say like 202 for Tony should get that done. Only thing with Moore is QB play might get even worse / Deonte produce at a higher level. Has DJ Moore signed like his mega extension? I feel like yes. I'm gonna check though. I believe he has, which is scary, but I do expect him to kind of get a quarterback next year. You can also get wide receivers that just ball out with bad quarterbacks. Like I do genuinely think that DJ Moore has a DeAndre Hopkins type season in him where he could just be like a wide receiver 1 with bad quarterbacks. Like he was sick last year through like 4 games. Well, we'll look at the game logs in a second. But he was also like an insane prospect as well. Has done nothing but like produce through 4 years. We just haven't seen it. We just haven't seen a wide receiver 1 season, and it really isn't his fault. And with just the way that the NFL is kind of a carousel these days, with just like wide receivers getting traded left and right, he could get traded. He could get a quarterback upgrade. I will say though, to your point, at 25 years old, he is trending to the area. Like once he's 27, you start to care a lot more about his immediate situation, which then we need him to have a good quarterback and good offensive system. But he is at an age right now where I don't mind betting on the talent and just hoping that the situation fixes itself by the time that you need him to become a contending asset, if that makes sense. I mean, I know it's getting close at 25. I know it's getting close. But again, he commands targets. He is easily like one of the top 15 best wide receivers in the NFL. What do we got here? You said who would you pick at 103? Rookie, assuming Half and London. I'm assuming Hall and London are gone. Let me get to that in a quick second, brother. Jeez. Y'all have just absolutely ravaged the wide receivers. I mean, I'm staring down a ton of running backs here. I have something on my mind that I never do. I hate that I'm really about to have to do this. I mean, I could just take a running back. I mean, I could take like Kamara, Akers, Dobbins. I want another wide receiver, though. I really am debating Michael Pittman, man. I really am. Let's go Pittman, man. Let's go Pittman. You'll never see me take Pittman that high. I don't hate Pittman, though. I'm at a point now where I don't really mind his ADP. Right? If Elijah Moore is gone. Is Elijah Moore not gone and I just missed it? There it is. I would have taken Elijah Moore over Michael Pittman, but I don't care. It's fine. I believe Pittman's underdog ADP is like in a pretty crazy spot. Which if I am an ADP slave, which I kind of am at this point, especially this far out. Let me pull it up on my phone real quick. You guys know I'm not a big Michael Pittman fan, but Michael Pittman going into year 3 right now is the wide receiver 14 in redraft ADP, ahead of Deontay Johnson and DJ Moore, and even DK Metcalf. And he's heading into year 3. So among the year 3 wide receivers, you have Jefferson ahead of him, you have Lamb ahead of him, you have T. Higgins ahead of him, and that's it. Then it's Michael Pittman. Who else is in that class? I'm trying to think. Year 3 guys. Who else was in that Pittman draft? Jefferson, CD, Pittman. Judy. So Judy goes like wide receiver 23. Yeah, I don't know. I probably should have. I would have gone Elijah Moore in most spots, but I don't even do Michael Pittman. I can't really knock him too hard. His target share last year was pretty damn solid, man. But I wanted to see the DJ Moore game logs real quick, where he went insane through the first couple weeks. Yeah, he went 15.4, 21.9, 30, 20.5, 31.9, where he just went absolutely insane, man. After that, we were like, okay, wheels up, and then Sam Darnold just stopped. He just stopped being good. I mean, this was the year that his efficiency was bad, whereas like even in 2020 with Teddy Bridgewater, he had I don't like using yards per target, but that's all I got to work with right now. 10.11 yards per target, solid. He went down to 7.1, but commanded all of this volume. If he commands that volume again and can hit an efficiency spike like he did here, and you see any kind of positive regression at touchdown in the touchdown department, he has a path to a wide receiver 1 season. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to be like the wide receiver 1 overall, but he has a pretty easy path to like wide receiver like 9. What do we got here? I'm gonna kind of get a little bit closer here. What are we talking about? Somebody talking about Pickens? What do we got here? Hold on. I kind of lost my I lost where I was. I picked Michael Pittman and my whole world went into a whirlwind here. Let me see. Somebody's talking about Pickens, I think. Who's talking down about Pickens right now? Hold on. You said you look into Pickens at all. I'd just rather grab him than get Tony. I agree. I have Pickens ahead of Tony. He said thanks, enjoying the channel and enjoying the Patreon. Appreciate you, brother. What do we got? My bad, fellas. I completely lost where I was at. I'm just going to go. I'll just go here to when I picked Pittman, pretty much. So CK says Pittman is just a secure option. He'll never give you insane numbers, but he will be safe and consistent. I honestly think that he's kind of like a boom bust type of guy on a week-to-week basis. Like he can kind of give you some spike weeks. Really just comes down to kind of good quarterback play. Like he proved last year he could command targets at a high rate. Again, though, looking back, I do wish I took Elijah Moore, but I don't care a ton. I think that it's probably fine. You said, oh, we know your history with Michael Pittman. Thomas knows. I have a TikTok that I put out where I was pretty much talking down on Michael Pittman, saying fade him, whatever. You guys know I was low on Michael Pittman last offseason, and like week 9 or week 10, he commented under it. I can't remember what he said, but he was just like something on the lines of like, I bet you wish you never said this or whatever, which he was right. But then like after that game, he kind of sucked. Like after that week, like then on, like the back half of the season, he wasn't that good. Like he went from like a top 20 type guy to like a 30-ish. So would you trade Dalvin Cook for a 110? No, I would not. You were saying same team. I have Najee/Saquon as my running back core. I have 101, 102. Do I go both running backs or is that overkill? Been leading London. No, I would be going Breece Hall in London. I don't think that you don't want to build too many running backs because they're so fragile, right? They get hurt at such a high rate. Like they look really pretty right before week 1 starts. But if you build a team like that, you pretty much stare down the barrel of like, imagine last year, like you'd feel really good about this team if you were going into the season with, let's say like McCaffrey, Saquon, Derrick Henry, and Cam Akers this far out. You'd have like a sick team. It would look really pretty, but it would get fucked. Now you could say that about like wide receivers, and you can kind of do whatever, but running backs get hurt at a higher rate, and they're harder to and they're pretty easy to replace. All right, so now we are on the clock here. He's 609. We have a ton of running backs staring us down. I don't really want any though, especially the ones that are on the board at this point in time at the 609. Let's kind of peeking at ADP right now. Jameson Williams is very interesting. I think Jameson Williams is interesting. I don't want to name too many guys because you guys are going to be all over that. So we're looking at Jameson. I have a couple guys on the top of my head that I also like. Let's actually go. I'm going to go. Huh. All right, so we're going to go Jameson. I hope that that's Jameson Williams. Please take... Okay. Jeez, man. My God. By the skin of my chinny chin chin. But you said, yeah, I wouldn't go overkill. For sure. What do we got here? What do we got? You said, what do you think is Tony's absolute ceiling is this year? Young Tyreek Hill. And I don't mean that Kadarius Toney has that... how do I get my shit off of auto? Hold on. This could be bad. There we go. Okay. What was I trying to say? I think his absolute ceiling is like Tyreek Hill, what he did early on in his career. Let me see what that game log looked like. I know you guys are gonna say that that's absolutely crazy, but I'm saying like year 2 Tyreek Hill, right? Where he was so he was like the wide receiver 19 in PPR. He had 61, 593, and 6, and I believe how many games? Oh, that was 16 games. So not even that crazy. What am I missing then? How did he finish as PPR wide receiver 19 with those numbers? Did he do something? Oh, he did something crazy. Oh, he had... I don't know what I'm looking at there. But like Tyreek Hill had like a super promising year 2. I can't really remember top of my head how he was in fantasy, but if you guys remember that, he was like explosive. He was very good. Kadarius Toney has a lot of the same signals that a guy like Tyreek Hill did. Again, I'm not saying Kadarius Toney is the same type of player in terms of like long speed, game breaking speed, but in terms of just showing signal very early as like this unorthodox, like get the ball in space type player, he looks like that. You said longtime redraft player starting Dynasty League with same managers as a 10-year-old redraft league. They are a bit trade adverse. Any advice to Ayo? Does that say I don't know what stoke means. To stoke the trade market pre-startup draft. There's not really much trading to be done pre-startup draft. I would just kind of, sort of be vocal. You want to just be super communicative in the DMs. We're going to go Amon-Ra St. Brown here very easily. But yeah, you just want to be like very communicative. The reason why I like being in so many leagues, I'm in 10 Dynasty leagues at this point, that if I want to sell a player, I can kind of just send out offers in all of those leagues, and one of them will get it done. It's tough when you're constricted to one league of 12 guys, because then it could get hard to make moves. Oh, so we got a super chat earlier. My bad. What's going on, Joey? You said $5, Dalvin Cook for 110, Dalvin Cook for 110, and J.K. Dobbins. What do you mean by that, Joey? I would not do Dalvin. I would buy Dalvin Cook for the 110. So I prefer Dalvin Cook in that first one, and I prefer Dobbins side in the other one. I hope that answers the question. I hope so. Let me know. If you comment again, I'll make sure I'll read it or whatever. You said, which side are you taking between Andrews and 223 seconds versus Schultz, 23 first, and Christian Watson? Wow. That is very close. That's very close. I think I lean Andrews, man. If the seconds weren't in there, I would go Schultz side. The seconds make it pretty dang even, though. You said you like 22. Yeah, his yards per out run was insane. His yards per out run was insane. His target per out run was insane. On a per out basis, he was sick. He just didn't have a high snap share. He had like the weird injury stuff. On top of that, you can kind of just throw out last year on that team where like Jake Fromm was playing snaps at quarterback, and you had Mike Glennon at quarterback. You had what's his name? Not Joe Brady. The weirdo. I can't remember his name, but the weird head coach from the Belichick tree. You had Jason Garrett at OC. Like the whole thing was just a dumpster fire. You said, "Hey Ron, late to the stream. Sorry, can you scroll up a little? Wanted to see the earlier rounds. I'll give you a little quick peek there. Maybe this will work or this will help a little bit. But yeah, there you go. You can see the whole thing. I'll give you a nice little 10 seconds to kind of breathe that air in, kind of soak that all up. Also, I'm back to the bottom of the live chat. If I missed your question, I'm very sorry. Just put it on there again. I don't know why I'm kind of all over the place today. You said, Brandon said, what do you think of my team at the 110 so far? Let me see. Give you a little sauce up here. Chase and T. Higgins is fun. Trey Lance is fun with that start. 410. 410, I don't even hate ETN there. I do think I probably would have gone Rodgers, though. I think that you could go Trey Lance, Rodgers. It's easier to say in hindsight, but you could have gone like Trey Lance and Rodgers. And then also on top of that, you have like, you don't have to take Mac Jones here. And you could have just taken, Amon-Ra St. Brown or Bateman, Keenan Allen, something like that. I think this is probably where I don't love it. Same thing with ETN. I would have probably preferred Rodgers here. Smith is great. And then probably 2 wide receivers here. Or, maybe even a running back here as well. Whatever you want. I'm trying to figure it out because at some point you do have to take a running back. So yeah, I don't think it's bad. I just don't love Mac Jones or David Montgomery. Probably would have preferred Rodgers, and then here just a wide receiver. And I don't know. I do understand wanting to have ETN here. So going ETN there is probably fine. I also do kind of like Saquon. Instead as like a hero RB type guy. We got a super chat from Toronto Dave from the 6. How are we doing, brother? Just a quick little super chat. If you got a question, I'll answer it, Dave. But I know you're a nice guy like that. You got that CAD. Those loonies. What do we got here? Joe Judge. That's what I was trying to think of. Would you trade the 2022 105 for Travis Etienne? Would I? Would I trade the 105 for Travis Etienne? Man, it is really close, man. It is really close. If Kenneth Walker's there, I'd take him. If you're staring down the barrel of like Garrett Wilson or Treylon Burks and you really want Travis Etienne, I would say, I guess. I wouldn't love it, but I would say I guess. It's pretty even. You said Tony looked special when he was on the field. I'm a Giants fan. Unfortunately, I watched every game. Yeah, he looked really good, especially that Cowboys game was amazing. Said, would you trade Elijah Mitchell for what projects to be a late 2023 first? All day long. I don't care if it's projected to be the 112. I will take that all day. If that Andrews trade is no tight end premium, then I think I probably prefer the Schultz side even more. You said you fleeced somebody right after the startup, got 101 for 104 and Rachaad Penny. Give me that all day. Yeah, very easily. I'll look at the teams after. I don't want to take too much time not looking at the full board with you guys. Said, nah, no question only. I'm blessed, fam. Just appreciate you. Appreciate that. I feel inclined to plug Toronto Dave on Twitter. I think that's your handle, right, Dave? All right. I am in a blender. Or no, I'm not. I got this all figured out. I don't have a running back yet. A lot of guys in the comments are not going to be happy about that. We're staring down a lot of decent options. Let me scroll down my ADP list here. I have some ideas in my head. I have some ideas in my head. I'm trying to think of the wide receivers I'm kind of staring down here a little bit. Maybe I'll get the guys I'm thinking of on the turn. I got some ideas. Just need to kind of hope some things fall my way here. And we'll be all right. Damn. I was going to take James Conner. So now I'm in a little bit of a pretzel here. James Conner's gone. I was looking at Fournette as well. I was also looking at Aaron Jones. Man. Zeke Elliott is kind of interesting here. I don't like him. We already have our tight end. Could just get another wide receiver. There are some wide receivers in this range that I do like. So at running back, we're looking at a lot of rough things. I think that we can just kind of hit that later. Man. So I'm kind of staring down Michael Thomas. I don't really want that. Oh boy. Elijah Mitchell is interesting. Let's go Michael Thomas. Let's build out that wide receiver core. I don't love it, but we'll build out that wide receiver core. Why not? I have some things on my mind here in terms of what I'm doing here. Let me see. I'm pretty much just staring down ADP right now in case if you're wondering what I'm doing or why I'm making those faces. I also feel like I'm missing players that might be up here. And that's fine. Could take another wide receiver if I would like to. Tony and Claypool gone. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Michael Thomas there. We have all of our wide receivers. All of our, like, literally every single spot that I have filled here is pretty sweet. We're gonna be up here. I got two ideas here. I got two options that I wouldn't be too unhappy about. I think in the 9th round, I don't like him at all. But I think this is probably where I go Ezekiel Elliott. Man, that hurts to do. I hate doing that every time. But Ezekiel Elliott, who would have thought? Ezekiel Elliott's kind of a value at this point in both Dynasty and redraft, sort of. All right, so now I've missed a bunch of questions. That's my bad for kind of being dramatic there. Would you take Chase and Josh Allen for all of your picks until the 5th round? So you're saying Chase and Josh Allen for your, like, 1, 2, 3, 4? So 2 ones, 2 high-end ones for my 2, 3, 4? I think I would. I think so. Maybe I'm reading that wrong, but I think if it's like that seems pretty much like your 2, 3, and 4 for Josh Allen and Jamar Chase. I would do that pretty much all day. I could be an idiot, though. I don't know if I'm reading that right. Cup early 23 first or A.J. Brown, Elijah Moore late 2023 second. Probably give me Elijah Moore side. I don't love giving a 2023 first in a rebuild, though. I noticed you said rebuild. ETN, way better profile than Walker. Yeah, he has a way better profile. The only issue is that year 1 is a pretty big part of your profile. And when you just don't play at all, like Travis Etienne does, it puts a huge damper on his profile to the point where him and Walker are about even at this point in time. What's the minimum I should trade Zach Wilson for? Something sweet. Yo, Ron, you have the great content. Quick question is, where do you value Akers in a PPR format? If we're talking Dynasty, which I assume we are, fringe top 16 running back? I don't know. You said you're about to go watch the St. Louis Blues. I have some NHL teams that are still alive in the underdog tournament, like the underdog playoff tournament. All right, so we'll scroll down to kind of get the last 3 rounds in here. What else y'all getting into? What else you got? You said, nah, don't do that. Please, no plug. You said you're the FF plug. I appreciate that, Dave. So take Walker at 103. Imagine you're saying took Walker at the 103? This isn't really a question, I don't think. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. So would you do Stafford and CMC for Kyler? Oh, man. If I had running backs to spend, I think I do, man. I think if somebody came to me with McCaffrey and Stafford for my Kyler, I don't think I would trade Kyler away for that. What's that? Pretty much like a 2 and a 3 for an early 1 and a startup. It's not bad value. I just don't think I would. Glenn Ramos, what's going on, brother? How are we doing? Dude, Glenn Ramos is a true OG, man. Glenn Ramos is a true OG. I will always have a place in my heart for Glenn Ramos, man. I appreciate you, King. You said I just wanted to say love your fantasy advice. I appreciate you, Brady. Dude, you guys have been so kind recently. It's crazy, man. Dude, the videos also some really big news. They're not like huge news, but the boy hit 1 million views the other day. Like total, not on one video, obviously. But I think you guys could probably see that. Oh. What are we at now? 1,013,000 views. We just hit that very recently. So appreciate all you guys, dude. You guys, what is this time up? Why is it not auto picking? Am I lagging? I don't know what happened there. I have no idea what happened there. But yeah, you guys have been killing it for me recently. The video, like, not to like gas myself up. I'm really just gassing you guys up. The last like 5 videos I put out, they've just been going crazy. Like, just insane. The 2023 rookie first has 8,000 views. Like, you guys are just blowing up everything. Trade target, 7.8 thousand views. Must draft sleepers 11,000, like insane, dude. Like we're putting up similar numbers right now to like what we were doing in like redraft, like peak redraft season in August. All right, so now I need to actually figure out what the hell is going on with this draft right now. Oh, did you guys see that? How it just kind of like, are we now like live? Are we good now? I'm debating, should I open up a new, should I just like, I have a new laptop coming in like in the summer, so that'll be good. I don't know what's going on here. Let me try this real quick. Mock drafts. I can't tell if E-Dog's just taking a while or if just things are just absolutely screwed up right now. If my pick gets autoed, I will be pissed. All right, I think okay. Kareem Hunt goes. Damn, I would have loved Kareem Hunt, man. So we're in the 10th round. Have any good wide receivers on the board? No, you guys absolutely scooped them up. Jeez. So we're now kind of in a pickle. I mean, Miles Sanders is kind of fun in this build. Let's go Miles Sanders. I think we're all good now. We're all good now. How are we doing, fellas? My bad on that. You said can't watch the stream or you can't stream when I'm watching one of your videos with the player skyrocketing. Let me know how you think about that video, dude. I was honestly I recorded that yesterday. And I thought it was pretty garbage after the through the Jalen Hurts part, because I took 20 minutes kind of like I wasn't sure if I was even really making sense on the Jalen Hurts part. There was a brief spot in my head before I went on to Kenneth Gainwell where I was like, should I just shut this off and just run it from the top after 20 minutes of rambling? And I was like, nah, let's just go. And a lot of you guys love that video. How do you guys think about the little galaxy background on the thumbnail too? Your boy's getting better, man. The funny fun fact, I make all of my thumbnails in Microsoft PowerPoint. So shout out that boy, what the hell is his name? Shout out that boy Bill Gates. Hunter Holland. I wouldn't sell him. Zach Wilson's value is insanely low right now, so you're not getting much for him. Jets are building around him, and if he hits his value, goes through the roof. I don't check out Flock's channel too much. Like, obviously I keep my eye on it as somebody that's in this space, and he is kind of like up there as one of like the fastest growing guys in the fantasy space. He had a video today that was I kind of vehemently disagree with it. I have a lot of respect for his work, but he was pretty much saying today, like, you can't bet on Garrett Wilson or Elijah Moore because of Zach Wilson. You know, the Jets don't have a history of like building good quarterbacks and all of that, which is like true, but he was zoning in on the owner, Woody Johnson, who doesn't have any control over the team. It's the GM that's making all of the decisions. And ever since we brought in Joe Douglas, he's been making great decisions since. Even if Zach Wilson doesn't like work out, the Jets could always trade for a quarterback, like, you know, somebody like the Broncos did. They could always draft one next year. They have plenty of draft capital. If Zach Wilson doesn't work out, they likely are picking in the top 5 again. I don't know. I kind of get the argument. I will say though, like, I think that his title was a little bit clickbait, which we all do. I clickbait myself. But he had Garrett Wilson as like his wide receiver 17. I actually have him as like my wide receiver 19, so we're not too far off there. He does have Elijah Moore way lower than I do though. I need to pick. Kind of get back to that rant in a second. Kind of looking here. I do like Lockett. I think I can probably wait though. I don't think they'll make it back to me just because you guys are absolute scoundrels. But we're gonna go Rachaad White. That's somebody I have valued like right next to James Cook in my rankings, and getting that 2 rounds later than James Cook, I think is a win. You said you're doing an 8-hour per pick fantasy right now. I'm not a fan. That's actually how I do most of my dynasty leagues, just because like you can trade more on the clock. I actually prefer the long timers. It just gets annoying. People take so long. What are your thoughts on Marlon Mack? I feel like the volume is king in fantasy. Why is he not more highly regarded? Its only competition is Rex Burkhead and Dameon Pierce, who everybody loves, even though he couldn't beat out LaMichael P. Ryan in college. I love Marlon Mack. I think he's a great value. Should I swear I saw Slime Sanders go where CEH went, but maybe I'm tripping? Could have happened. Could have happened. I could have finessed there. What do we got here? You said have a couple going nutty in the league that just had its startup, taking all win now players and selling all future draft capital. Is it worth moving to win later this early in the season to capitalize? No. Your chances of winning your league, even if you're like the 1 seed, get a bye, a Dyko. I don't know if it's a Deco or a Dyko. I got to hit him up in the DMs. I actually was DMing him today. If somebody was telling me I said his name wrong, I don't know. Maybe, I know Dave probably knows of a Deco from Twitter. He has some really cool stuff, but he did a study on pretty much like the percent chance you have to win your league if you're the 1 seed. And it's like, it's not even a coin flip. It's more like a 20% chance at that point, 25% chance. So you can go all in, completely, cripple your franchise's future or your team's future. I don't know why I said franchise, not like we're freaking owners or anything, but completely cripple your future chances of winning for like a 20% chance to like 10x your buy-in, which isn't a great move. I will say I did that last year in a startup. I'm still growing as an analyst, as a Dynasty player. I'm still trying to get better. I think I am, 10 times better than I was this time last year. I think I'm only going to get better. But I made a mistake of doing that. I think that if you want to trade one of your future first, like if you want to trade a 2024 future first or a 2023 future first and go and tilt win now, fine. But I don't think it's the move to trade 2 future firsts down the line and then also like seconds. Like I wiped out all of my draft capital in 2022 and 2023 to try and win. And I assembled a sick team. I had like DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, who I hit on, Leonard Fournette, Christian McCaffrey. Quarterbacks were pretty weak though. It had like, I think like Derek Carr, Daniel Jones, Kittle was on that team. So it's a really, really strong team. Hunter Renfrow as well last year. Really strong team. James Robinson. But I made it to the semis and lost. There's so much random that happens. You can have the sickest team of all time, and you can go up against the 6th seed who just happened to have, was it T. Higgins or Jamar Chase in the championship game? I want to say Jamar Chase, where he just, you played against Jamar Chase in your championship game, you lost 9 out of 10 times. Like you can just run into a buzzsaw, man. You said, yeah, I wasn't sure if I agreed with his vid today either. Don't find the thumbnail clickbaity, though. Or didn't find the thumbnail clickbait. It wasn't the thumbnail. It was just like you can't draft anybody on this team, which is fine. We all kind of. You said a Deco? Yeah, that makes sense. How much would you add on to CH to get somebody like ETN? I'm not a huge fan of moves like player X plus a 2023 first to go and like tier up. So I would really just try and add like, an auxiliary piece on your team and like a second, and you could maybe try and do it. It gets tough though. I mean, I don't mind either if you haven't had, if your rookie draft is happening and you have like CEH and you couple like CEH and like a 112 or a 111, something like that. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I've learned. That's probably one of the biggest things I've learned so far in Dynasty. I think that is probably in your best interest to just get in the playoffs every year and just kind of let things fall the way they do. You don't have to be the most like dominant juggernaut of all time in your league. Just get into the playoffs, sustain your draft capital. Just like, I think the way to just be profitable long-term in Dynasty, again, I haven't played long enough to know this, but it's just kind of what I feel at this point is I think the best thing you can do, keep your draft capital intact, make sure your team can win long-term. Like I think the goal in Dynasty should just be make the playoffs every single year. Just always be in that gauntlet. And if you have like maybe like, let's say you have 10 teams, you can make the playoffs in like 6 out of 10 teams every year. You're going to come home. You're going to be profitable every year if you can get 6 teams into the playoffs when it's a 1 out of 6 chance to win. All right, we have our last pick here. We're not going Michael Carter. We're not going Fant. Could go a running back. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I think I kind of cheesed myself, Miles Sanders. It seems like when I autoed Clyde Edwards-Helaire on this pick on accident that it took Miles Sanders out of there. So I kind of screwed that up. So let's see this for a second. We have Rachaad White. Let's go. We could just go with another wide receiver. Let's not actually. Let's do think Edmonds is kind of fun. Let's do Chase Edmonds. Why not? We'll go Chase Edmonds. I think that's not a terrible pick. Where does Chase Edmonds usually go? 11-12, and I got him 12-09. Fine. What do we got here? You said I had to choose between Jamar and T last year, my first ever chip. T went for like 40 the week before, but I made the right choice when Jamar played the Chiefs. Yeah, he went absolutely insane in that final game. So drafted Herbert at the 102 and got Deshaun Watson at 211, then snagged Breece Hall in London with my 3rd and 4th. What do you think? Did I draft too young? No, that team's absolutely fine. There's no such thing as like drafting too young. I don't really care about the age of my players, really. Trying to move Devontae Adams as a rebuilding team, what are you trying to get? Man, as a rebuilder, tough, man. It's tough. You're not going to get a ton for Deonte. I think that you could probably hold on to him until the season starts, and veterans always are kind of more expensive in season. Maybe he goes out there and is like Deonte Adams. It's in his range of outcomes to just have like a wide receiver 1 overall season. Like that's not that hard to see. I think I'd probably wait. I'd probably wait. If not, maybe you can get yourself into like maybe. I don't think so. I was going to say like Elijah Moore in a 2023 first. I think probably not. But like something in that area of like a lesser wide receiver in a 2023 first. I'm not sure if you play that game, like what is that algebra equation where it's Devontae Adams equals 2023 first plus X? What does X probably equal there? I don't know. I do not know. I'm trying to think. I mean, if Devontae goes here, Elijah Moore goes here. Probably looking something down here. I mean, like I think I would probably do Devontae Adams for Amon-Ra St. Brown in a 2023 first. I think I would. I think that's probably like the lowest I would go. I don't mind Jameson Williams in a 2023 first. Maybe Bateman. I don't know. That's fine though. You said you could still compete with that team if you get good values on guys like Hollywood, Michael Thomas, Aaron Jones, James Conner, Allen Robinson later in the draft. Yeah, if you're talking about the one where he thinks that he's too young, yeah, you can pretty much like mold everything the way you want it to later on in the draft, really. What else we got? I didn't. Oh man, it's already 9:15. I just wanted to hop on here, do one of these quick. Anybody have any last thoughts before I head on out? Anybody have any last thoughts? How are we doing? Let me know. I'll answer 5 more chats. 5 more chats. Here's one. Would you trade Pickett and Freiermuth for Lawrence and Amari? Sadly, yeah. I would. If it's Trevor Lawrence, I think I'd probably take Trevor Lawrence over Pickett and Freiermuth without Amari Cooper. I'd take that very easily. You said wide receivers could be better, but feel good about the team at the 102. You drafted 102. What do you got? Scuva, you are also Zach Monty? You dirty dog, man. I have been thinking all this time that you are 2 different people, man. So it could be better, but feel good about the team at 102. Mahomes, Fields, Breece Hall, DJ Moore, Godwin. I think it's fine. Yeah, I'd say that's a fine team. Oh, I'm yawning. Jeez. What else we got? Lance and Metcalf or Russ and Barkley, 10-team Superflex. Lance and Metcalf all day. I'll take Lance over Russ, and I would take Metcalf over Barkley. Deonte versus Pittman, thoughts? In Dynasty, different tier. Redraft, same tier. I'm gonna do speed round. What do we say? Speed round. I've been in a Dynasty league and have CMC, Zeke, and Aaron Jones. Do I need to worry about the age of my running backs? No. Just keep winning. Draft them next year. That's when they're all going to come in. As long as you have a 2023 first, you should be able to get a young running back next year. What do you think of my 104? Let me see. We'll do this mad quick. JT Javonte. I don't hate it. I do not hate it. JT, Jonathan Taylor, Lawrence. I'm not a huge believer in Lawrence. Probably would have gone Fields. Burks, Judy, Marquise Brown, Keenan Allen, Allen Robinson. You got Aaron Jones in there. I think it's a solid team. It's not my cup of tea. I don't usually build two running backs straight away, but I don't hate it. I don't mind it. What else we got? Who are some guys you think are in the 109 to 112 range in the 2023 class? LOL, been diving into it recently. At the 109 to 112 range, you're probably looking at Michael Mayer, tight end out of Notre Dame. Quentin Johnston, wide receiver out of TCU. Josh Downs, wide receiver out of UNC, who I really like. I don't know, man. It's tough to sort of put a pulse on those running backs. I think that I think Anthony Richardson's kind of a dark horse. I love Anthony Richardson out of Florida. I'd say Anthony Richardson out of Florida. I'd say Michael Mayer. I would say Quentin Johnston, Josh Downs, probably Jermaine Burton out of Alabama. He played at Georgia for, I believe, like 2 years, and then he transferred. Or no. I think I'm right on that. I think he played at Georgia 2 years. He's transferring to Alabama, kind of doing like the Jameson Williams type career path where he could pop off like that. You also are looking at running back, probably like maybe Sean Tucker out of Syracuse. Definitely not Gibbs or Bijan. Probably looking at either like Evans, Sean Tucker out of Syracuse. I love Tank Bigsby, by the way. But yeah. Should I think Toronto Dave has the best team? Guy's a clown, though. Well, you got Lamar, A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin, Derek Carr, Dobbins, Goddard, Pickens, Brady Bell, Daniel Jones, Rachaad Penny. I don't hate it. I think probably too many quarterbacks, but you're right. Like, these are pretty fine values, especially Tom Brady at the 908. But yeah, I do like kind of like the hero RB there too. A little too much investment in RB2 for the 102 team. Happy with my 111 team. What do you got here? J. Jeff, Hurts, Rodgers, Zach Wilson. I don't mind it. I don't love Renfro, but I think the price you got Renfro and Damian Harris is probably fine. What else we got? This is the last one I'm going to do. We got Field Januszewski. What's a good price to pay for Mike Evans? Any late first. If you can do something like so Mike Evans is here. If you could do like a Dotson in a second for Mike Evans, that'd be fun. But here we go. As always, I love you guys. Let me put myself in the full screen here. We had a bunch of people. Yeah, dude, we're at 63 people right now. 31 likes. That's actually pretty solid. You guys did me good. If I answered any of your questions, if you had a good time here, make sure you like the stream. It does a ton for us in the post. So once this gets posted to YouTube and we want this to get as many views as it can, the likes do the boy a huge solid. As always, appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this Thursday. I'm going to have a banger video out tomorrow. Stream on Saturday. Banger video out on Sunday. After that, I don't know what the hell I'm going to be posting because we're in this weird spot where it's like, should I start posting redraft? Should I start kind of like repurposing Dynasty and rookie content? I got to be honest with you guys. I'm sick of talking 2022 rookies. I've covered all of the 2022 rookies. We did the taxi squad ads. We did my top 10 running backs and wide receivers. We did my favorite late round targets. I have covered everybody in that draft class. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we'll do some Dynasty videos. Maybe we'll start doing redraft. But like, there's nothing like thought-provoking to do with redraft because I want to save all of the really like banger type stuff in redraft for the summer. Like, we're talking redraft to be like, oh, like my 5 favorite values at wide receiver, which is like a boring video to make, but I can do it, and I'm sure you guys would love that. But that's just me rambling here. As always, I love you guys. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes, Chris. Let's freaking go. This was awesome. I appreciate the enthusiasm on this, man. But yeah, as always, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good night. Again, banger videos through Sunday, and then after that, I don't know what the hell I'm going to be posting. But as always, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.